put their feedback. It's just the base for what I'm going to talk after. Um, I see already some very interesting answers. It's very simple, and it's yes, no for the first one, and then after that, you basically put, if you consider that cycling is more individual job or a team job. Okay, so of course, when we talk about team job, we consider that the people in the team they know how to do the cycling, right? So okay, so far 14 members. So it means the rest of you guys you don't know what to answer when we ask you do you do cycling even rarely? Just yes or no. You can say no if you never do it. You can say yes if you do it from time to time. And then after that, the second question is considering that each individual is good at the job, do you think cycling is more individual or team job? That's it. So you click one of you. That's it. We don't ask you to type anything. Tom, did you answer the questions? I Tom. You have the link. I put it here in this chat. Okay.
I put it also in the announcement channel.
Okay, thanks. More we have answers and more the discussion will be interesting because you have to think about it. Is it cycling? Is it individual or team job? And I will share my screen for those who don't know what we talk about. Okay, in case you don't know what is cycling, but I don't think so. So I'm checking the answers. Okay, so far, okay, so uh, this is the answers. Okay, so basically, okay, guys, you can stop for those who didn't do it. It's okay. Now let's focus on our talk. So basically, we can see that the majority of you consider that cycling is individual job. Okay, and personally, before, yeah, I was thinking it's an individual job, but actually, it's not. For people to every stage, of course, there is a big fight between the cyclists. Okay, and it's very interesting. And for those who like cycling and who like competition, it's very interesting. There are a lot of lessons to learn from that. Lesson for life, lesson for your job. Because as you can see here on this picture, yes, when you are on the bicycle, you are alone, right? Exactly like you are alone when you are facing your computer, right? So when you see those guys individually, of course, they're individual on their bicycle, and at the end, there will be one winner of the race. Okay? Of course, there will be a number two and number three on the podium, but basically, we will just remember who is the number one, the one who won that race for today, and the one who won the entire competition. Okay? And during the Tour de France, the one who is leading the competition has a yellow jersey. You can see this one here in the middle. He has a yellow jersey, full yellow. Even the back is yellow. Means that he's the leader of the entire competition for that day. And every day it changes. But what you can see also is that there are some sponsors and some brands here, and all of them, they are part of one team. Okay, you can see here Sky, those two guys. This guy is hidden. These two guys and this guy behind and this guy are part of the same team. So let's get back to the answers. Okay, so we see that big majority, and it's totally respectable. That's the first thing we think. Okay, is when we. So I will just stop accepting the answers. Um, Here we can see that the big majority have said individual job, and we can understand that when you don't, when you just see the picture and you see one guy on his bicycle, yes, he's individual, okay, but you are also an individual, right? With your computer, with your brain, okay, and you're among other people, okay, and our team is competing with other teams, right? So our team is made of individual, you, me, Ade, Bayu, Devina, Dino, Lakshmi, Elena, Gandhi, etc. You are all individuals on your bicycle. Okay? Let me tell you how a team of cyclists is done. Okay, so a team of cycling is made of the cyclists, and in the cyclists you have the captain, the one who will lead the team when they are during the race. They are the sprinters. Those sprinters, you know, at the end of the race, if everyone reached the end of the race, and then there are people who are faster than the others in this kind of situation. Okay? Then we have the climbers because during the race there might be some mountains to climb, and then those guys will be the one leading the team. Because one important thing in cycling is that when you are two people following each other, the one in front is making more effort in the one just behind because it's kind of protected from the front wind. So, you know, it's kind of, there is a kind of aspiration. Okay. Then there is the stars of the team, the one that have won a lot of races, the one that are really, very good at almost everything, you know. So they are the stars of the team, and basically, more or less, everyone in the team is pushing to make sure that the star of the team will win the race. Then there are the soldiers, the one that we never hear about them. Uh, they are part of the team, but they're always the guys that are not necessarily talented or because maybe they are too young, not experienced, or at the end of their career that they are not very good because they, of course it's a muscular and physical job that certainly is the difference between being a cyclist and being a part of a team like us is that more you go in age and more you gain in experience and more you gain in efficiency. Okay, but for the cycling, like any sport, there is a moment where you start to regress because of the age. Then there are the non-cyclists. Those non-cyclists are also very important. There is a team director, the overall leader. There are the mechanics because bicycle. It's a lot of mechanic thing and it's very fragile, particularly those kind of Formula One bicycles. They are very, very light and very, like anything that is light and very advanced is also very fragile and need maintenance. The nutritionist, because you need to make sure that you have a good program. If before going for a race, you eat something very heavy that is not adapted to you, maybe you will have a bad race and you will feel, not good. Okay. The chef, the one who will basically translate the nutritionist program in real food program, like, okay, you need to eat a lot of protein. Okay. So if you need to eat a lot of protein, you need to eat this, or this veggie has a lot of protein. So you can do like this, or you need more, you need fat, or you don't need too much sugar, etc. Then the chef will implement the team. The massage therapist, because after a big race, you are so tired and you need to have a good massage to make sure that the muscles are can recover from the big effort you did during the race. So, as you can see, cycling is not an individual thing. And me, before, I was really thinking it's an individual because we see one guy with a bicycle and we forget the people that are behind the scene. Okay. We also forget the team members. We only see the guy who win the race and have the jersey and is in the podium. He's the is getting, of course, all the applause. Okay, because he's on the front. But usually, when you listen to those people, when they start to talk, you know, they they will say this is a teamwork. This is a teamwork, and that's what people say. When they have to mention about the how they manage to reach being the number one or the number two or the number three of the race. Okay, so this is a big lesson that I'd like everyone to think about today is we do not succeed, you will not succeed without being a team member. If you consider yourself as individual, you are right. You are an individual. Your contribution will be very important today, tomorrow, as it was last week. but you need to think as a team. And this is part of the values of the, the values we want to really make sure that everyone applies. You are part of the team, you are contributing to the team. Yes, some of you are on the front line and like your leaders, okay, are on the front line. And yes, if it works, we also congratulate the leaders, but we don't forget that you leaders, you are leading a team, and without complete involvement of your team, you will not succeed. Okay, so sometimes, yes, you have to compensate some weakness of your team members. Sometimes you have to, bring them back on track. This is what we see during the race. That sometimes the team director, because they communicate with a radio and directly with a headset, they will tell one team members to stop going fast and going slowly, to wait for someone of the team that needs to be brought back to the race, because this guy is important to the team and he will contribute to make the team going faster. So I hope that I convince you, for all those people. You see, this is the result. Okay, all those people who consider that it's an individual job, because it's not. It's definitely not. And what you are doing every day is not just an individual job. So you need to think about the team. Okay, and that is very important. By the way, I'm quite surprised to see many people answering yes and cycling. That's good. That's very interesting. Uh, Personally, I'm start back hopefully next weekend to cycle again. I get my bike ready, and whenever anybody in Bali, let me know and you can join. Okay, and for those who are in Java, definitely we will have some cycling session in Jogja, around Jogja. It's a beautiful landscape around Jogja, and also mountains to climb. So I think it could be very much fun. Okay, and for those who say no, if you're not interested, you're not interested. There's no problem. But for those who say yes, why not? As you can see, when we say uh, um, that a survey is anonymous, this is the result. Okay, we don't see anyone, we don't see any email, etc. Even if they ask you to log in, because we limited the response to one, so Google needs to know who you are, but we don't know. That's what we see when we open the response. Okay? And you can see here there's no hidden card. So we don't know who say yes, we don't know who say individual. That was just a matter of for us to understand. We can see that there is a majority of people answering individual job, and it's totally respectable. But of course, it's not an individual job. Even if you see those people working as a team here, individually on their bike, actually, when one is winning, it's the entire team that wins. Okay, that's very important. Of course, in team sports, it's even more obvious, but it's amazing to see that cycling is not uh, seen as a team sport. Okay, it's seen as an individual sport. But when you see what is going on, when you see all those people, you realize that yes, it's not an individual job, it's a success of everyone. Because if the mechanics doesn't do his job, okay, like if someone doesn't make sure that you have a good laptop with you, okay, you will have trouble. If we don't have a good administration of your pay might arrive too late, okay, or wrongly, okay. So that's the team job, okay. That's the teamwork that make all of us very important. There is nobody not very important in the team today. There is nobody. If you have this feeling that you consider yourself not important in the team, please send me a private message and then we can talk about it. Okay? But you are all very important and we count on you all because that's the global teamwork that will make us successful. All right. Um, I'm glad we could have this morning call together this morning, and I hope I gave you some good in and some good input. But I wanted to share this with you because me too. Before I was thinking it's an individual job, but then when I start to listen to the commenters, the sports commenters, they talk basically what's going on during the race. And they always say, yes, this guy is in trouble because of his team member is not with him and is at the back of the race and this guy is alone now. And I didn't understand that. Even if I'm cycling, yes, okay, but I didn't catch it. And after that, I started to, to think, and there is basically this story in Medium that I will share later with you guys. This story in Medium where I can write it down. That basically is saying what are the lessons of the Tour de France, basically the cycling about teamwork. Okay? And that's a very interesting article that I will share with you later. All right, guys, let's make it happen. I'm happy that I see some good progress in QA where I see a dashboard already ready before we start the day. That's very good. Guys who are part of the QA team contributing to this dashboard, let's keep it up and make it happen. Of course, we need to continue to strive to improve our checklist, QA checklist, of course, also dev checklist. So let's continue on the quality. And for developers, think, think, and think. Not just about how you build your thing, but how is it implemented. Okay? And if you just take 5 minutes more to check your job, all right, and to see that, hey, that's how it works, and oh, by the way, I forgot this, or there is an error generated, or is not following the requirement, please do not let the QA taking in their face because last week I see so many obvious bugs after it's dead done that we cannot accept that. Okay, because when you don't spend those 5 minutes on checking your job and making sure it's working, it will create hours of job from the QA to report, then to get back to you, to get back to someone else. We count on all of you guys to make sure that the quality is at every single level of the job. All right? Cheers, guys. I'd like to see everyone signing. Yes. Cheers. Have a nice day. Let's make it happen.